All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, Sack.
55. Hey, eat. Not today, you are. Not today.
Going to give this time to the tailback. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Right back to Sanders on first down. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Right side. 36 to Mike. What we got? Motion.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
I'm coming after you.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive. Starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for Darius Geis. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Haskins to throw on second down. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins. He completes this one to Mack. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Touchdown, defense. Back. Kill. Go. Ringo.
On first down, this is Geis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Haskins, his throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
Here we go. Game situation. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Red 80. 36 to Mike. Check. Mike, 36. Hey, wahoo. 36. Let's go, defense.
Here's Darnold. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Cooper was the target there. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with a tackle.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Haskins. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately, They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of...
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Target. Shift. Lady.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Watch 36 to Mike. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Check 52. Shoot. Yo, lady. Watch 36 to Mike. Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 36. Mike. Hey, lady. No game on this defense. No game. Watch 36.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
I got you. Mike, Mike, 9. Hey, let's get up. Get that ball.
Now a handoff. Geis going right. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Mike 51, Mike 51. That's what I do. 51's the Mike, 51's the Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that deep. He's checking. Hey, he's checking.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Slam. Twist.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Good. Check. Let's go. Defense. Hey, man up, D. Switch. Watch the twist.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Don't be scared of it. 36. Kill. Hey!
Back to throw here. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the punt. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Check lead. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Check. Switch.
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Haskins. And the pressure gets to him again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with this field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they can put together a decent drive, get a couple of first downs, maybe a third one, and still not even get to midfield. That's it.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Now the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Makes the score Redskins 28, Eagles nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
55 is my guy, 55. Check right, check right. Hey, check right, check right. Hey, 80.
A first down throw, Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On first down, Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 32. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Intended that time for Cooper. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. Haskins going up top. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Any day. Mike 51.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Darnold firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
6 guard. Check 6 guard. Red 80. Slam. Red 80. Check 50. Watch the safety creep. Watch the ship. Hey, young lady. Watch the ship. Jam.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now it's Haskins. And he's got it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 1st down. Now Haskins on 1st down. And a quick throw here that's complete. Down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
We taking wins home. Tight weapon. Tight door. Hey. Hustle. 24. Go, Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Watch the run. Switches. Let's go. Get set.
2nd down, Haskins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Mike 51. Here we go. 51.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
No.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, and the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
check. Check out. Man, 80. Check, check. Lucky. Shift.
Darnold down to throw. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Check 25. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Let's go, D. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
From the 40 now on second down. Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. They tried to throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
We don't want this. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Haskins on third down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Haskins now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Now a give. Right side, it's Geis. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Keep it up, defense.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
36. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
From the end zone, here's Darnold. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5, 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Teague. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And
blitz coming, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Mike 36. Mike 36.
Now Darnold. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Check safety, check safety. Oh, lady. Check 49, check 49.
Here's Darnold. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
It's just me and you. Go. Me and you.
2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand.
And he's going to go down again.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Eagles come on, fellas. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
At the 29-yard line.
You run. 51 the mic, boy.
Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
All day, just like that. Just like that. Let's go. Mike,
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Eagles nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
X3, 218, chop it.
The 34-yard line.
65. 65. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, D-line.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. And this one's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey, you got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Think you going to get this, boy? You think it's red, 80?
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he connects with Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my world. Yellow 80. Mike 36. Mike 36. Let's go, let's go. Yellow 80. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Darnold from the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Wide, get wide.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Haskins to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Haskins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing now. Haskins on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Haskins. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st down, Redskins.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Haskins. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
He's
coming. We got double up. Red 80. Switch gears. Through. Oh, 80.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Red 80. Hey, Alpha. Check right. Watching you 5. I'm here all day. Red 80.
Back to throw, Darnold. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it. Brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Now how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
It's just me and you. Pick the edge. Come. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. I'm coming for you, son. Check your hot read. Oh, 80. Check 3. Check 13. Red 80.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Checking in on Houston. It's in the 4th quarter there. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the... And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it in it? Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Darnold under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Right there in the middle, 55.
3rd and long. It's Darnold. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Mike 55! Mike 55! Check, 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 check. 55 is mine, guys. 55. Watch the run. Red 80. Check Mike, check Mike. Watch 55. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hey, Charlie. 55. Mike 55. Cut, cut, cut. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, here we go.
Darnold on 1st down. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Outside. 55. Red 80. Red 80. Go, go. Red 80. It's going to be a long game. Whip, 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 whip.
One last throw now for Darnold. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Let's go, D. Big series right there.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Redskins, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.